Buddy. My name is Sarah. Hi, everybody. Sorry, quick start. My name is Sarah, and this is Pearls of Wisdom and Food with the Keto Lifestyle, talking about emotional connections with food. Oh, you're the one that never had that. Oh, okay. Well, listen in anyway. Maybe you've got a friend that could be benefited from this. So we're at the end of January, right? And so you've probably made promises maybe in late December or early January, the holiday of eating that went on for weeks and weeks and weeks. And now this is it. It's funny because so many people stop the overeating or the junk food eating or the whatever eating January 1st. I always say wait until the 2nd, have your food funeral on the 1st. Hey, just saying, just being honest, and then go on with it. But, this week, this particular New Year's Day was Friday. And so there were two more days of the weekend. Not that it makes a lot of difference for those of us that just stay home. But yeah, so there's just like more, more days tacked on to this unending, not only pandemic, but the Christmas holiday with weeks and weeks and weeks of overeating and seeing all the food porn and all of that kind of stuff. Okay. All right. So anyway, here we are, the end of January, and all your good plans of stopping this, adding this, beginning that, continuing that, all those sort of things are just, they're a little bit wonky, and it's hard to get that discipline and structure back after being naughty during all those weeks. I know, I did the same. And when I did my weigh in, I paid the price. I put on a couple of pounds. Fortunately, it must have just been, added water gain. And because I weighed myself 3 days later and it was gone and then some. So I'm still happy with where I'm at. And it's, I put my food into Chronometer. So it's kind of like there's your evidence of like what I ate. So the fact that I gained that weight, it had to be salt and, maybe it's the cauliflower pizza crust because I'm sure they add a lot to the cauliflower crust to make it tasty. And it's probably salty. But anyway, it's all worth it. That I know. So here we are, and you want to get your juju back. And, it's interesting with like one good day. I always say that if you can get one good day into, your week, then when you go to bed and you've been food abstinent, food sober for that whole 24 hours, and you slept for 9 or 10 of them, right? And then you get up, it's like, oh, there's a little bit of cushion there. And it doesn't seem like a lot until you do it. And if you've been, having things, and you had to, you didn't wean off of them, you just went cold turkey, it's kind of tough. It's like, I know that because it's like if I've had a day with a treat in it day after day, then I, decide to go clean and just stop at the entree after I have the salad and the side entree. It's tough. It's like, well, where's the next? There is no next. Oh, oh, that's right. I'm doing it this way. So, there's a bit of an adjustment, a bit of an emotional realization that, like, oh, I am like all the others. I got kind of used to these treats, and now I'm trying to give them up, and my body is saying, hey, we want that again. You liked it before. You gave it to us before, and now you're taking it away. Were we bad? So it's tough. And if you live with a foodie like me, a standard American diet male, who's never had a weight problem and never had to worry about it, you can't really commiserate with him. So fortunately, we have our little community here where we can talk amongst ourselves and know that we've zeroed right into people that hear us, identify with us, and, either commiserate with us or they tell us how they dug themselves out. I know that one of my little saviors when I am, coming clean about, stopping at the salad and the treats, or Freudian slip there, salad and the entree, is that I add a tablespoon of ghee, either to the veggies or the meat or the broth. If I'm having like a soup, I make a lot of soups this time of year. And so, although it's not the sweet that my body might be missing, it is something that kind of is satiating, if you know what I mean. And so I kind of allow that, put that in the chronometer. I'm having that tablespoon of the ghee, the Fourth and Heart ghee, and it just makes me feel better, more satiated. And, I have to tell myself for about a half hour, excuse me, that there's no more coming. And of course, as most of you know, I go into the bathroom and I do my oral hygiene, which says, "You're done, girly. There's no more food coming in today. You had your OMAD, you enjoyed it, you had that extra tablespoon of the ghee on your food and your broth, whatever, done." And, it's worked for years. It was the same way when I had to break my eating in bed habit. I used to like my treats way before keto, way before I even went back to Weight Watchers. I would take my treat into the bedroom and do my guilty pleasure TV eating. So I stopped that cold. So there was no food allowed from the bedroom door. And then doing the oral hygiene thing, that was the thing. Sorry about this froggy. This was the way to handle the nighttime eating, because nighttime eating is tough. And if any of you still do it and don't want to do it anymore, I do have a load of videos on it, but it's not easy. It's just a habit that's not easy. If you are used to the nighttime eating with your guilty pleasure TV, with something on your lap, and suddenly you're not doing it, yeah, it's a habit. And habits are tough because in these times, and I won't even say unprecedented, I'll spare you that. Don't throw that tomato at the screen. We have maybe developed habits that we didn't have before, right? We're locked in, locked down, locked up. And yeah, I would be a clock watcher if I was home all day long. If I ever lose my job at Instacart for no fault of my own, right? We know that story. I would find my mornings rather rough because I'm used to being busy and getting out there. And when I didn't do Uber Eats, Lyft, or Instacart, there was a period there with my back that I didn't. I was in the grocery store every day. Even if it was for like a bag of Brussels sprouts, I was in the store every day just to have a reason, a purpose to get up, get dressed, and get out, right? Sometimes those things are very, very important. That probably saves me a lot of time that I could have been overly depressed and down and just no purpose. With no purpose, I need a purpose. So my purpose right now is to get up, get dressed, and go buy food for other people. That just seems to give me a point, a reason. And just like here, doing my videos every day, simple as they are, I try to do them to pull in people, older people especially, that just, we have food issues, we have habits that we want to either get rid of or adjust. And it's tough. It's not like when we were 20 or 30, we could go jog 4 or 5 miles and, stay trim, go to the gym. I mean, our gyms are closed right now, and jogging. Oh yeah, jogging. So I consider my Instacart shopping my exercise because I'm bending, lifting, reaching, all that kind of stuff. And so, it's just, I'm trying to keep things simple. I'm sure that you are too. Eat as proper and good a diet as we can. Keto continues to work for me. I don't do too many keto-fied things. I do get the cauliflower crust for our Saturday pizzas. After all the attempts at all the different ways of doing crust in the keto lifestyle world, I find that works for me the best. And although I loved the all cheese crust, it didn't love me. It's too much of a good thing, and I like a good thing, right? I'm all for the dairy. So, but make it the cheese on top and not the crust. So, I try to fill my day with esteemable things that make me feel good, like I'm doing some good, and also, preparing the nice meals for Greg and me, and it just kind of works. I just keep doing it. It's may not be for everybody. Um, I prefer this gig to office work. And although I'm out there in what they're calling, risky things, being in the grocery store, it just seems to work for me. And I'm grateful for every day that I can wake up and be healthy and be safe and with my back be able to continue to do what I'm able to do. So if you're emotionally involved with your food, like most of us are, I realized a long time ago I can only manage those emotions. I'm not going to sit there and say, I could care less about food. That's never going to happen. My mind is busy with food all the time. So I just make the best choices I can make. I take time to do the food prep and, fulfill my day that way. It just works. And so I'm delighted and happy that I can still continue to do it the way that I do it. And now I'm going to bathe, get ready for the day, and do Greg's fresh squeezed orange juice run, which I do every week or so to make sure he has that. He loves it. And so I buy it and he can enjoy that. So yeah, you can just adjust your emotional involvement with food. Keep it because it probably serves its purpose in some ways. It's not something that you really want to get rid of. You want to be aware of, but it's not going to go away anyway. If you're a food addict, a carb addict, a sugar addict, a everything addict, it's always there. It's just tamping it down and letting in other things. That's what I've found. And so it's not 100% my day. Food, 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 food. Although I'm known to have those days too. Well, thank you everybody for being here and watching this silly, dumb show with an older broad with her pandemic haircut talking food and keto. Thanks for being here. Bye bye for now.